Hi, Sammy. Hi, Lauren. What's good, y'all? Happy Tuesday. Mic check, mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2. How's the day going? Good day, greetings. Salutations. Can you hear me all right? Fantastic. Love to hear it. Love to see it. We're just getting started today. What's good? What's good? It's Tuesday. We're reading the cards. Today is Tarot Tuesday. We'll be reading general readings for all 12 houses of the Zodiac, starting with Aries to Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. 1 through 12 this evening. We'll begin in just a moment. Good evening, greetings everybody. Good to see you again. Welcome in everybody. We're going to begin in just a moment. It's been a beautiful day. Thank you. I wish you the same. Let the dudes jump into the room. Take your time. We'll be here for a little bit. Maybe get yourself some water, some snacks. Sit back, relax. We'll begin in just a moment or so. If it's your first time here, welcome in. If you've been here before, welcome back. My name is Zen, Gavin. Super stoked to get started this evening. Like I said, we'll begin with Aries, house number 1. Aries is ruled by Mars. House number 1 represents beginnings, initiation. It also is fire, focus. Aries is the god of war. Ultimately, after all, it's living for that which lights us up inside. Super stoked to get started tonight. Do we have any Aries in the house? Sun, Moon, Ascendants? Wherever you have a Mars placement. Ultimately, we all have the first house within our chart somewhere or another. I'm stoked to get started tonight. As I mentioned, we are going to be doing general readings for all 12 houses of the Zodiac this evening, beginning with Aries. We're not doing personal readings tonight. Not right now, at least. We'll do those later. I'm curious if anybody can hear me clearly. If you can hear me clearly, would you mind just dropping a 1 down there in the chat? Let me know that you're listening. Let me know that maybe you're ready for the live stream tonight. Epic. Awesome. Alright, good to see it. I see y'all. Amazing. Fantastic. Number 1. I'm ready to begin. Are you ready to begin? Let's start tonight with Aries. Sun, Moon, Ascendants, house number 1. Any messages for the collective? Signs or synchronicities? Words of wisdom? What wants to be spoken into the space today? I'm feeling some resistance. I'm feeling a very powerful and important message to be shared. I'm excited to get started. We're going to get right to it. We are focused here. We are flowing forward for the collective. Aries, house number 1 today. We're playing with the Hermetic Tarot as well as the Goddess Power Oracle. And as we shuffle these cards, we say thank you. Thank you to all of our guides, our angels, our aliens, our ancestors, those watching over us, our spirit team, encouraging us to continue to show up, share these gifts. Super stoked to get started. Once again, we are here, my friends. Aries, house number 1 today. I want to start here. We have the 4 of Wands, reverse for the collective. Lord of perfected work. 4 of Wands. Aries and Venus. Venus and Aries. 4 of Swords here. Reverse alongside the 4 of Wands. 4 of Swords, Lord of rest from strife. Both in reverse. The 5 of Wands here in the root. Lord of strife. Right side up. At the bottom of the deck. And the goddess for the collective this evening, we have Danu, the goddess of spring. the goddess of the garden, the goddess of assurance here for you, my friends. Aries, house number 1. Right off the bat, this is a reminder to slow down, and how it is a practice to learn how to let go and to not have to strive and work so hard. I feel like with fire signs, this can be really challenging, and just people in general these days, because we've been so programmed to always be doing, just simply being can be really challenging. And this is where this Lord of Strife energy in the root, the only one that's right side up in the tarot, I'm getting like this, like, maybe it's time to create some intentional space to relax and decompress, because we're striving too hard, and honestly, that's gonna lead to burnout, and it's not sustainable ultimately. Right now, we're here to rest from the strife and learn how to rest from the strife. That's like where this perfected work, learning how to rest intentionally, can actually be a practice and a process, because like most people would rather just like take an Ambien than like learn how to like calm their nervous system and like slow down and like clear themselves and return to a sense of centeredness. Ultimately, like right now, we're being reminded the importance of like knowing that it'll be okay if you take a moment to take care of yourself. Like, you're gonna be fine. You're allowed. You don't have to take on the weight of all these projects, of all the responsibilities of all these people. Obviously, we have our own personal responsibilities that we have to show up for, though ultimately it's so important to not bite off more than we can chew, because it's just not sustainable. And right now, Aries, I'm being reminded the importance of not setting ourselves on fire in order to keep others warm, recognizing our worth, recognizing our ability, what we can offer, and also knowing our limits so we don't overdo it. Ultimately, that's a big part of where this strife energy comes into play, of like trying too hard, stressing ourselves out. Ultimately, at the end of the day, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. And this is where everything is mental. When we have it clear in our perspective, in our mind, then everything that we do, no matter the stressor, we can embrace it with a sense of level-headedness, confidence, and composure. However, when we are consistently stressed out, rushed, hurried, worried, we're not going to be able to operate from this space of composure. And this is where it's so important to practice this, to provide ourselves time to intentionally slow down and rest, so we can then apply that clarity from the rest to the rest of our experience. I just want to assure us that we're allowed to take rest. We're allowed to slow down. We don't have to be trying so hard. We don't need to be stressing ourselves out. If you ease off the gas a little bit, you will still make it there. I promise. It's all right. We're all getting there in our own way. And ultimately, as we remember, slow and steady wins the race. So it's like now learning how to cultivate this eternal, sustainable flame, ultimately, rather than burning ourselves out. We got to learn one way or another. Thank you, Aries, house number 1. I appreciate this message. It's raw, it's honest, and it's a great way to begin for the collective. If you can resonate with that message, I know I can, because this is something that we're consistently learning how to do, to stay stoked and not burn ourselves out, and to continue to sustain the flame. Go ahead and drop me a fire emoji down there if you resonate with this. We're going to keep this energy moving tonight for Taurus, house number 2. Do we have any Taurus in the house today? Amanda, thank you for the gift. I appreciate this. Super fire indeed. Gifts are always appreciated. Yes, absolutely. Jen, I see you. We're flowing forward. Do you have any Taurus today? Thanks, 70s girl. Do we have any Taurus today? House number 2 for you, my dudes. We're flowing forward. Taurus is ruled by Venus. Taurus represents our values, our core beliefs, what we stand on. Yes, indeed. Taurus for you, my friends. Sun, moon, ascendants, wherever you may have a Taurus placement, wherever you may have the second house in your chart. The message for the collective. We cut the deck. We clear it. We let it rest. At least one Taurus in the house tonight. I see you. A few. Perfect. Love my Taurus. For you, house number 2. Let us see what the message is. We cut it. Clear it. We let it rest. Solid. We're just going right to it today. Only one card on the table right side up. And for you, my friends, house number 2, we have the 2 of Cups. Lord of Love. Venus in Cancer. For Taurus. Reverse here, we have the 9 of Swords, Lord of Despair and Cruelty. Mars and Gemini, if that means anything to you. Reverse over here, 5 of Pentacles, and the root, Lord of Material Trouble. Yes, Mercury and Taurus. Mercury and Taurus, for Taurus in the root. And Ein, the goddess of adaptability, the queen of the Fae, here for the collective. in reverse, house number 2. Like I said, the only one that's right side up is number 2 of Cups here, Lord of Love. With the Despair and Cruelty and the Material Trouble card, though, both being in reverse, I'm receiving these energies of the opposite. So like, because we are choosing to lead with love, because we value ourselves, house number 2, Taurus, being representative of our values, because we value ourselves, because we love ourselves, we are choosing to persist amidst all of the despair, the cruelty, the material trouble, and ultimately this is paying off. This is playing out. Love wins time and time and time and again. When you return to love, you return to oneness, and when you're in one, you have won. Ultimately, this is what it means to move from the seat of the victor, ultimately recognizing that this is not a competition. It's already played out before you. Now we just need to learn how to show up and surrender. Learning how to adapt and lead with love, I think, was one of the most challenging things for everybody, because we have very unhealthy depictions of what love looks like on a mainstream level. And so the definition of love is extremely myopic and limited, I'm learning. Thus, this is where we're being called to adapt and evolve and open our definition, what it means to lead and live and love, because we can create a life that is based in this frequency. Ultimately, love being one of the highest frequencies there is. Love and liberation go hand in hand. Freedom and liberation are some of the highest frequencies there are. And when we lead with love, we can then learn how to adapt and evolve accordingly. Necessary, essential indeed. And we learn, like, it's kind of sadistic to some way, but we learn how to love all of the despair, all of the cruelty, all of the material trouble, all of the challenges and trials and tribulations that we go through. When we learn how to love those experiences, that's how we can transmute that energy and allow that process, that experience, to be something that we learn, we evolve, we grow from, regardless of how terrible it was in the moment. Ultimately, as we continue to process, we continue to lead, and we continue to adapt with love, we then step deeper into the roles as the creators of our reality. We evolve and grow, ultimately, which we are here to do. May you continue to lead with love. May you continue to choose to live in accordance with your values, and not be deterred or daunted by the despair, the cruelty, the material trouble, because ultimately it's all temporary, all of it. But love is eternal, and as you continue to lead with love, that's how you can then continue to transmute anything and not be swayed, whether it be something that's super good or super bad. Ultimately, the more we can stay adaptable, the more we can evolve and attune to the path of truth. Whew, just channeling, doing the thing, letting the words move through me. Thank you, Taurus, house number 2 today. Appreciate the message. Super stoked to get started. If you dug that message, go ahead and drop me your favorite heart emoji down there. We are good. We are flowing. Welcome in, everybody. It is good to see you. We are in the zone tonight. Next, we have house number 3, Gemini energy. House number 3, Sun, Moon, Ascendants, Gemini placements. This is ruled by Mercury. Gemini, house number 3, rules over the communication, mental energy, verbalization, the word. Yes, today, super stoked to play. Let us see what Gemini has to say. Do we have any Geminis in the house? Let's do this. We are focused. We are flowing for house number 3 today. One more. There we go. Gemini Moon Squad. I see you, Jalia. Welcome in for my Geminis this evening. House number 3 today. Two goddesses for you. Beautiful, beautiful cards. First and foremost, house number 3, we have Mama Kocha, number 33, right side up, the goddess of water. We also have Yi, the goddess of the sun, here in reverse. We have the Two of Wands, Lord of Dominion, Mars and Aries. Three of Cups, Lord of Abundance, Mercury and Cancer. Nine of Pentacles, reverse in the root, Lord of Material Gain, Venus and Virgo. Gemini. This is a very positive reading, from to say the least. House number 3 being the ruler of communication, ruled by Mercury, the planet of verbalization, magic, spelling, speaking, creating our reality with our words and our mind. This is where we are learning how to hold our dominion, because ultimately this is really all we have is our own mind. But even still, sometimes it doesn't seem like that, because the programming, the projections can be so intense at times. This is where it's so important to continue to learn how to cultivate our own personal center and our own personal connection to our soul within, the light within. Yes, that's how I'm receiving the sun being in reverse. It's the internal soul, the solar plexus energy, clearing this, learning how to stand true and firm in our roots, grounding here. This is where we claim our dominion. This is where we stand firm in what we believe. This is how we learn how to communicate from this space. And when we can tap into this energy, this is where we just flow like the Three of Cups, Lord of Abundance. And then as we continue to flow like that, that Nine of Pentacles just plays in accordingly. Lord of Material Gain. It all is just dominoes ultimately. And it really stems from the water within. Learning how to communicate our emotions and our intuitions. House number 3 being the house of communication. Water being the ruler of our intuitions, our emotions, and the subtle inclinations that our soul is yearning or calling us toward. When we honor that, when we walk this path, this is how we claim our dominion. This is how we step deeper into our destiny. This is how we become the creators of our reality. Ultimately, it's because the Creator wants to lead us on this path. And it's if we are open or not willing to listen. Gemini, my friends, it's so important to remind us that everything is mental. Where you're placing your focus is where your energy flows. What you give your energy to is what you feed. And so this is so important to recognize, okay, yes, I'm here to feel my feelings. I'm here to process all these waters and listen to these intuitions. But ultimately, I'm here to not let these emotions or these thoughts get the best of me. I'm here to stay grounded and centered to the best of my ability amidst all of this. And that really stems from creating a deeper relationship within oneself. Ultimately, taking time for solitude, taking time to sit with our emotions, taking time to be honest and open with someone who we can trust to open up if we are feeling challenged to just be solo in that endeavor. Because it's amazing to have support, somebody to hold the space for us. Ultimately, though, we're the only ones who can do the work for ourselves. Our friends, our helpers, our teachers, they can hold the mirror, though. I see you're on a great path, number 3, and I just want to encourage you to keep moving at this frequency, ultimately, because this is really encouraging. Lord of Dominion and Lord of Abundance just hand in hand right here, just like really claiming one, stepping into power, stepping into one's purpose, honoring one's mission, one's soul journey is really what I'm receiving right here, and then everything will just continue to play out perfectly. I do want to just note that fear is an illusion, and it's like the most limiting thing. With the Lord of Material Gain reverse in the root, fear is the only thing that could get in our way. But if we trust and we walk in faith, not concern ourselves about the logic, the reason, the evidence, or the proof, but we just lean into with faith, full-heartedly, that's when that material gain begins to shift. Ultimately reorients itself, and we're moving in alignment with the path that we came here to do. Thank you. House number 3. We're going to keep flowing this evening. Gemini, I love this energy. Yes, let's keep it up, my dudes. Cheers to you. If you dug that, go ahead and drop me a Gemini emoji down there. Cheers. Regardless, gotta stay hydrated. Good to see you. Epic, epic, epic. Holding it down for the Gemini tonight, Jolie. I see ya. Life is good. Good to see you, Lex. How's life? Currently, we're reading Tarot Tuesday, making our way to house number 4. House number 4, we have Cancer. Sun, Moon, Ascendants. House number 4 represents the home. Yes. If Gemini is communication, house number 4 is Cancer is the home in which that communication occurs. Yes. If these walls could talk. Do we have any Cancers in the house? Sun, Moon, Ascendant. Cancer is also ruled by the Moon, so if you have a Cancer Moon, it's like double on that energy. I'm excited to see what these cards have to say this evening. Any messages for you, my dudes? We're going to keep it flowing. We cut it, we clear it, we let it rest. I see some crabs out here. Epic. For you, my friends. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Ascendant. Let's do this. House number 4 for you. Get an extra card. Some strong ones on the table. Get right to it. Yes, of course we get your card, house number 4. That's how you know we are in the flow today, because the synchronicities speak for themselves. House number 4, we get the ruler of Cancer, the Chariot, number 7 here in the cards. We have the Lovers here in reverse. The Lovers, children of the voice divine, Gemini. King of Swords here, reverse, right side up. Prince of the Chariots of the Winds. King of Swords, the Chariot, the Lovers reversed. Also reversed in the root, we have the Lord of Strife, reverse. And the goddess for you, my friends, we have Kali, the goddess of liberation. The goddess of liberation. Cancer, this is a very prominent message. Right now I'm seeing this energy of the individuals who are learning how to embody 4th house qualities, which is learning how to live from a space of home within, bringing our home with us wherever we go. Ultimately, this is showing us that we are on track and we're continuing to apply all the awareness that we've been taking in, learning throughout our experience thus far. Really, I want to say within this past year, how much we've grown and how much we're continuing to grow. Ultimately, we are on track. There are a couple little things that could help us continue to fine-tune our process, though. With the Lovers card here in reverse, 5 of Wands, Lord of Strife, and Kali, the goddess of liberation. All this going hand in hand, reminding us that we are here to live a life of not trying. If I'm going to be flat out, this is very much a prominent message, a reminder of Wei Wu Wei. Do not doing. Ultimately, this is a teaching from the Tao Te Ching, learning how to recognize that we never do anything. We never do anything. Ultimately, it's all just God playing out perfectly, and we're not doing anything. The ego likes to identify and attach and be like, yeah, I'm the one who's reading these cards right now. Yeah, this is my channel. Yeah. But ultimately, it's all God, and it's not any of us. It's just all God. And the more we can just like surrender into that, it's all love. It's all the divine, and it all is. And the less we can attach, and the more we can surrender into that, this is how we can lead deeper into liberation rather than the strife energy. And this, I think, is like the prominent message right now, the last little bit for the Chariot. And it's like, how do we continue to return our awareness to the divine? How do we continue to give it all to the divine? How do we continue to cultivate that within ourselves ultimately? Because it's a personal relationship, and this is, we all have our own connection to this. Thus, I'm speaking of God itself, the one true God, the eternal truth that cannot be defined or limited or necessarily conveyed. All of the depictions of it are more so not than just archetypal energies attempting to perceive facets and aspects of the personality. Ultimately, it all is God. And this is where it's learning how to release the need to define or attach onto it. And when we can do this, when we can find ourselves at home amidst all that chaos, we can find ourselves secure amidst not knowing, this is when we can really step into our power. We can free our minds. This is where it all begins. Because when we're holding on in the mind and we're attaching and personify with the ego, this is how we ultimately create immense suffering. This is very basic Buddhist philosophy. There are many immense teachers and wisdoms and paths that come to this truth time and time and again. And we keep it flowing, my friends. So tonight is Tarot Tuesday. We read all 12 houses of the Zodiac from house number 1 to house number 12. We just completed with Cancer, house number 4. If you like that message, go ahead and drop me your favorite water emoji for house number 4 tonight, the first water sign of the Zodiac. In just a moment, we'll be reading for Leo, house number 5. Though before we get there, I just want to say thank you for being here tonight. The recording of this live stream will be up on my YouTube tomorrow, so if you have to go at any time, if you're just now getting here, you can watch that on my YouTube tomorrow. You can find that linked over in my bio. The name is Zen the Alchemist if you want to look that up. That is also the name of my Instagram if you want to go follow over there. Yes, we'll be doing personal readings later tonight, but right now we are doing all 12 houses. Yes. If you ever wanted a one-on-one reading outside of this live stream where it's just you and I, we could really dive into whatever it is that you're working through, you can book that over on my site at zenthealchemist.com. I think that's enough for our little commercial break, little 30-second, little Little 30-second self-plug, and we keep it flowing tonight. Y'all ready for Leo, house number 5? Do we have any Leos in the house? Sun, moon, ascendant, wherever you may have a 5th house placement. Leo is ruled by the sun, so if you have a Leo sun, it's double on that energy. Epic indeed. I see y'all. I love my 5th house babies. Let's do this. We're ready tonight. Leo, sun, moon, ascendants, whatever the message is. Any guidance, any clarity, any awareness that wants to be spoken into the space for you today. We are ready to play. Let us do this. We cut the deck. We clear it. We let it rest. 5th house is about desire, romance, and the ego. It's the light that we give off, as 5th house is ruled by the sun. The sun is one of the most luminescent beings in all of the galaxies. Leo represents this energy, being luminescent, being unapologetically expressive and shining one's light. Let us see tonight what the message is for you, my friends. House number 5. Solid. Let's do this. First and foremost, we have the 4 of Pentacles here in the root for you. Lord of earthly power. 8 of Wands here, reverse in the draw. Excuse me, right side up in the draw. Pardon. Lord of swiftness. Mercury and Sagittarius. Queen of Pentacles, reverse in the draw. Queen of the Thrones of Earth for Leo tonight. And the goddess this evening, we have Maat, the goddess of truth, the goddess of Mother Earth here for you, house number 5. Strong earthly energy on the table for 5th house. Right now, I'm being reminded of how you are an earth star. Your body is made out of the same energy as the stars up in the sky. And these bodies give off light. They emit heat, they emit light, frequency. And you can see this on thermal radar, and also, like studied, scientists have determined that the human body gives off more light than the sun in the middle of the solar system, cubic centimeter by cubic centimeter. This is where we're learning how to see ourselves as the sun, learning how to see ourselves as the center of our own personal solar system. We are all the center of our own universe, and unless we are giving our life away to somebody else, whether that be a job, whether that be a family, whether that be our children, whether that be a husband or wife, or a best friend, like anything that we're giving our life away to, we're no longer going to be the center of our own personal universe. I believe that everybody is being called to be the center of their own personal universe, regardless of your relationships, because this is how we learn how to then orbit each other from a healthy balance space, rather than like just giving our life away. Leo right now really reminding us the importance of grounding our light, learning how to step into our soul from a embodied space, because ultimately, like, we go through, like, when we're excited, when we're stoked, when we're looking forward to something, it's really easy to be lit up. But we can create this as our base frequency. Like, the sun doesn't need to go get ready for 2 hours in the morning before it wakes up. Like, the sun is always shining, and like, we can also learn how to always shine. This is where that 4 of Pentacles, yes, that the Capricorn sun is here, reminding us the embodiment of that fire and learning how to ground into it, so that becomes our base foundation. Like, we wake up lit for life, and then we're like making swift adjustments toward this. Like, we recognize, like, wait, like, I'm the only one who can do this for me. No one can do it for me. And if I'm just going to continue to place my blame on other people, then I'm giving my power away. Right now, I'm going to take radical responsibility for the ways in which I'm in creating my life and how I want to continue to shine greater. I need to bring my light to those areas of my shadow where I'm actually getting in my own way, so I can illuminate those spaces, alchemize that with bringing awareness to it, and then continue to do something different, so I can adapt and evolve accordingly, step deeper into my power and the embodiment of my astral aspects and my cosmic energy. Ultimately, no one can do it for us. We have to do it for ourselves. It ain't easy. No one said it was going to be, but it's so much worth it, because this is what life is all about. We came here to shine. It would be silly to not. I mean, I'm not saying you have to go put on a show. I'm not saying you have to get an audience. I'm not saying that you need to be a rock star, but like, at least like feeling comfortable and at home and secure within your body, so like you can step into the day glowing. Like, hey, has anyone told you today, by the way, you're glowing, you're literally glowing, and it's so good to see you. It really is. I appreciate you sharing yourself, your light, your time, your effort, your energy with us today. This is really epic, and I'm so excited, because this is what we need as a collective to continue to step into our abilities as astral beings, cosmic individuals. This is what that Queen of Pentacles is here for, grounding and embodying that. And that's what Mother Earth, Ma'at, wants to see us. She wants to see us. She's here supporting us every single step of the way. And it's up to us to take those steps, ultimately, to do our best with what we can, to be easy on ourselves, to be open, to be grounded, to not allow ourselves to wallow in misery, to get our shit moving, to take responsibility for the ways we're getting in our own way, and to stand up for ourselves and create boundaries when we're no longer in alignment with things that are just not flowing. Yes, you enter a room and the entire room lights up. Exactly. Absolutely, Snooky. Never thought I would be seeing you in my live stream. Even baby steps are steps. 100%. Absolutely. And this is where it's just so important. So important. Like every single moment, every single breath, we're provided the opportunity to practice stepping into our earthly power. It's not just like little things. It's like, where's my awareness right now? And is this in alignment with who I know, who I'm capable of becoming? And if not, like, how can I continue to become closer to that person? We can always fine tune in. I don't ever want to settle and become complacent in that process. As soon as we do that, then things start to get funky. It is what it is. We're always transforming. The more we can just like lean into that, the more we can like embrace it. Because ultimately, it's really, I don't know, I just have faith that it's always playing out greater than what we can imagine. And just like learning how to walk in faith with that. It's really what we're here for. So Leo, house number 5, thank you tonight. Sun, I appreciate you. We keep it moving. We keep it moving. Next we have house number 6. If you dug that Leo reading, go ahead and drop me your favorite Leo emoji, whether it be the sun or the lion or some fire. Next we have house number 6. Virgo. Sun, moon, ascendants. 6th house is about the work. So if 5th house is about the ego, the desire, what we want to attract, what we want to manifest. Number 6, Virgo, is the work required to attract or manifest or create that what it is that we desire. It's the work to also sustain it. It's the work that we do on ourselves as well as the world around us. Yes, yes, yes. It's all work as the energy moves. Virgo is also ruled by Mercury, just like Gemini, whereas Gemini is like communication with our words. Virgo, being earth energy, is more so communication with our body language. Yes. Actions, communication with our actions. House number 6 for you this evening. Virgo. Sun, moon, ascendants. We'll cut this, we'll clear it, we'll let it rest. Stellar. Big shifts. I love to see it for you. House number 6. First we have the Tower here. Right side up. Lord of the hosts of the mighty. The Tower. In the tarot. 5 of Pentacles. Reverse. Lord of earthly trouble. Reverse. And here. 10 of Cups. Right side up. In the root. Lord of perfected success. Mars and Pisces. And the goddess for you this evening, we have Parvati, the goddess of devotion. Also reverse. I'm seeing an immense shift in house number 6, with the Tower card being blatantly right side up here in the draw. However, I'm seeing a blessing in disguise. I'm seeing an earth-shattering, rattling experience that may have really taken one for storm, though ultimately it's creating the space for that which is ultimately in alignment. This material trouble, this Tower moment, is truly a blessing in disguise, and it's creating space for that 10 of Cups energy, that Lord of perfected success. That which was creating distress ultimately had to be surrendered. The Tower just had to come and crumble it, and in doing so, it's creating space for the manifestation of that which is truly in alignment with one's devotional practice, what that what one wishes to call in to their space and their experience, ultimately. I think right now it might be a test of faith, but more so than anything, it's actually a catalyst to dive even deeper into one's faith, into one's devotion, into one's clarity of what it is that one wants to work for, work toward, and work with. Ultimately, yes, Virgo, house number 6, I see you rooted here on this path of 10 of Cups, perfected success, and I just want to be here assuring, knowing that these tower moments are ultimately blessings in disguise, and everything is working for us rather than against us. And it's so important to just continue to learn how to sit with the emotions and the pain that we feel throughout these tower moments, ultimately. And instead of being reactive to it, instead of closing ourselves because of it, staying open, still staying devoted, staying connected, and knowing that it's all playing out perfectly and moving in alignment with this rather than resisting, ultimately. I think this is a very important message to share for house number 6 today, speaking with the cards. Epic, epic, epic. We are stoked. We are flowing. If you dug that reading for house number 6, regardless of where you have Virgo placement, go ahead and drop me your favorite Virgo emoji. Maybe the symbol, maybe the red woman dancing, because Virgo is the virgin after all. We are stoked. We're going to keep it flowing tonight. House number 7 all the way. Today. House number 7 is Libra. Libra sun, Libra moon, Libra ascendant. Libra is ruled by Venus, just like Taurus. Whereas Taurus is like self-love, Libra is like love for one another. Libra is all about connection, communication, community. It's about conversations. It's relationships, whether those be romantic, business, casual, amicable. It's all about relation and balance and how everything is connected. Yes, Libra, house number 7. I'm excited to see what these cards have for you. We keep it flowing. Ooh, my dudes, they're jumping right off. Got an extra one. Epic. Solid. One card right side up for house number 7 tonight. I'm getting a... Oh, actually, I spoke too soon. We have 2 cards right side up. This one that jumped in, I'm going to let it be right side up. We have the star here, the daughter of the firmament. The star is the one that I drew right side up. We have the 9 of Pentacles here in reverse. Lord of material gain. 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Swords here. Lord of despair and cruelty. Once more, jumping in, this is the extra card. And in the root of the deck, we have the universe here in reverse. The great ones of the nighttime, the universe. For house number 7, the goddess, Bridget, the goddess of the creative spark here. The goddess of spring for the collective this evening. The fact that house number 7 is all about connection and relationships, and one of the only cards that's right side up on the table is the star, I'm getting constellation energy. How different stars work together to create an image. We all have a very important role to play in the light and the space that we give unto the world. We all are stars and a part of a constellation, whether we recognize it or not. The more that we give our energy to this Lord of despair and cruelty energy, this is how we keep ourselves stuck in these misery mentalities, woe is me, victim headspace, ultimately not seeing that we are the universe and that we have a role to play within this existence. And we came here to embody our soul's mission, to learn our lessons, and to become the creators of our reality, ultimately. And this is what it means to show up and be the star that you are. And then when we all show up as the stars that we are, then we're operating on that 7th house energy. We're doing it together. We're creating those constellations. Of course, we can only do it in our own way. But as we continue to do it in our own way, we begin to manifest, attract, and see the people who we work with. And we spirit, ultimately, yes, give it to spirit, will lead the way and provide us the insight, the awareness, and the wisdom, knowing to how to best go about these paths and processes to then birth these creations that wish to be created through us, the many universes within this one universe that we share together. So the more that we learn how to see ourselves as a star, we learn how to tap into our own astral, cosmic aspects and qualities, the more that we can encourage and invite and remind these abilities within our fellow reflections. For I will project this into your space and you can tap into it in your own way. Ultimately, I know that I'm a star, but I'm not here to show off. I'm not here to shine my light any brighter than anybody else. That's the other thing. Do you think the stars up in the night sky are competing? Do you think they're looking at each other like, that star's really bright, I need to shine hotter, brighter than him? No. They're just doing their thing. And that's just like when you know that you're a star, you're just going to do your thing unapologetically. And you accept yourself, you recognize who you are, but you're not going to be showing off. You're not going to be competing either. And this is what we're being called to do, is to like lean back and surrender into that. Knowing that like this is already, just as the stars in the night sky move through their own personal orbit and it's already written right for them, they don't have to question anything, they just trust, they lean into gravity and they just surrender into it and they move according to orbit. We can do the same exact thing. We can trust that we also have a path throughout the cosmos, throughout this time and space. We can lean into our own personal gravity and orbit. But what are you gravitating towards? This is where it's so important to recognize, because we are also the drivers of these spaceships. We are also the ones who play an influence in what we are gravitating towards. Some things are like black holes. They just suck you right in. They have really dense energy and it's not good for you. Other things are not. This is where it's so important to practice, to learn discernment and to stay rooted in the seat of the driver. Absolutely, because these bodies are spaceships ultimately, and we are always moving throughout time and space. Yes, this is number 7, Libra, Taurus. I don't know why I wanted to say Taurus. I guess just like that Venus bridge wants to be spoken into the space for some reason. I'm really loving this message though, Libra. This is when things start to shift. After we pass house number 6, we make our way to the latter half of the zodiac. We start to really open up for the collective and they start to get really heady, really deep. I don't know why, it just works that way. I'm really excited to see what else has in store this evening. I feel like pretty complete on that reading. I just want to encourage you to remind yourself that we are always creating our reality, whether we recognize it or not. The more we can play into this with intention, with clarity, with consciousness, the more that we can actually step into that role as the creator rather than being the victim. Whenever we are giving our energy to all the trials, tribulations, the despairs, and the cruelties, this is when we are allowing ourselves to give our power away and get entrapped in a victim mentality, which then steals ourselves from the role of being the creators of our reality. And that's the opposite of what we came here to do. So may you continue to lean into your truth and shine your light like the star that you are. Yes, thank you, Libra. House number 7, super deep. Let's get to it. Flowing forward with house number 8. If you dug that reading, go ahead and drop me your favorite Libra emoji, whether that's the symbol or the scales or some homies hanging out, a cheers emoji even, something that's like something of that energy, whatever you feel called, you're more than welcome to do so. We are going to keep it flowing. We're going to keep it flowing. For house number 8 today. House number 8 is ruled by Scorpio. Scorpio sun, moon, ascendants, wherever you have the 8th house placement. 8th house, if 7th house is about relationship and connections, 8th house is taking those connections to the next level. 8th house is marriage. It's death. It's divorce. It's also depth, the darkness. It's also deep money and investments. It's also purity. 8th house, Scorpio, sun, moon, ascendants, ruled by Pluto, the planet of transformation. We are here flowing. Let us see what these cards have to say today for you, house number 8. I love you so much. I'm excited to see. We are ready to play Scorpio today. Scorpio is fixed water. This is like the bottom of the ocean, like the depths. Mariana's Trench. For you, my friends, Scorpio. Ruled by the Scorpion in its lower levels, the Phoenix in its higher levels. A very positive message for you today. There's only one card right side up on the table, and that is here for you, Scorpio, Son of the Morning, the Emperor. We also have the 10 of Pentacles here, Lord of Wealth in reverse, 10 of Pentacles. Lord of Peace restored here for you as well. 2 of Swords, reverse in the root. Libra Moon. And here, the Goddess. For 8th house this evening, White Buffalo Calf Woman, the Goddess of Reverence here for you. Scorpio, definitely a level up energy for you, my friends. I know my 8th house can definitely get the short end of the stick oftentimes, though I feel that you're overcoming this. You're breaking through these limitations and you're stepping into your power. The Emperor here being the only one right side up is reminding me it's like a newly crowned king, someone who just got to the throne. So it's not like you have been doing it for years and you have the hang of it yet. That's why all these other cards are in reverse. It's like you just got onto the throne. Now's the time to learn how to fine-tune your process, your practice, and restore peace. Tap into your own personal wealth, restore wealth, and that's really going to come from reverence for the space. Otherwise, you probably will just get assassinated and someone else will become the emperor. So this is why it's so important that you got